Hello, I'm here to explain to everyone interested what MagnusBilling is and how to set it up. And as its name says, it's about billing. So Magnus is about managing tariffs, clients, DIDs to resell, trunks. Users will have their own panels, which they'll be able to refill from. You're going to be able to set up IVR, like press 1, go to a person, so transfers, press 2, go to a queue. You can also do massive calling for promos or something like that. You can manage SMSs, call packages, services, payment methods. Those payment methods can be used to refill or pay for the services that are in the system. I think it's also important to mention that MagnusBilling is free and the only expense you're gonna have is the server. So you may start small with a MagnusBilling server and go all the way to a huge provider. MagnusBilling does support high demands, sorry. So let's go to how to set it up. MagnusBilling is usually hosted in a server, a data center, which should be running CentOS 7 or a Debian 10. The majority of MagnusBilling users use data centers because they're usually easier to set up and you don't need to actually do a physical setup of the server, but you can do that on bare metal if you want. So for today's video, we're going to explore a bit of DigitalOcean. We're going to leave a link in the description where you can subscribe for $200 of free credit, which is going to be valid for 60 days on DigitalOcean. You can click that, create an account, and then you should get to this project view here. And from here, we should click create and droplet. And as I explained earlier, Magnus supports Debian 10 or CentOS 7. We're going to go with CentOS 7 for now. And here in the plans, I have a small tip to give. If you start with a big server, you can shrink it. But if you start with a small server, you can always expand the server. So you have this option with NVMe's SSDs. You also have the option with regular SSDs. A good start would be 2 GB of RAM and 2 CPUs. That's a good amount of processing power for like a small server, trying it out, making some calls, setting it up, and then you may go up in the scale. Like I said, MagnusBilling supports that. About the data center region, you should choose the one which is closer to you, so you have lower latency. But regarding network traffic, you shouldn't have any problems with any region. And here in authentication, you can use SSH keys if you know what those are, or use a password. For the sake of simplicity, we're going to use a password. So let's use this password here. And you can also choose a host name. So let's use Magnus and create droplet. And as you can see, the droplet is already being created, and we should very quickly be able to access it. and in order to access it, we're going to use SSH. For Linux, all Linux distributions usually have SSH. As for Windows, recent Windows 10 builds have SSH included, and Windows 11 comes with it by default. So let's use, my Windows version is pretty updated, so, and also I'm using Windows Terminal from the Microsoft Store that automatically should install SSH even on older versions, if I'm not mistaken. So what we need to do is to SSH as root, which is the main administration user, in this IP address here. So copy it, let's paste it here, Ctrl V, enter. Let's accept this fingerprint here. Now it's asking for the password that we set up earlier. Let me grab it here and paste it down. Okay, as you can see, we're successfully logged in the server. And now, what do we do to install MagnusBilling? We should go over here to the MagnusBilling website, click installation, copy these commands. So let's explain in brief. So we're going into this directory. We're installing this to wget so we can download the install script. We're giving the install script the permission to run, and then we should run it. So let's do just that. Ctrl V, paste anyway, and press enter to start the install script. We can already see a banner here. The default time zone is Brasilia, which is located in Brazil. If you're fine with that, just press enter. Otherwise, you can use the arrow keys to choose your time zone. And now the installation has started. So it should take a while. You'll always be getting the new messages in the terminal. So when it's done, the server should reboot. So let's pause the video for now, and we're going to be back soon, and I'm going to explain some other points to you guys. Okay, we're back. So the installation is done. The server has rebooted. You need to press enter to reboot the server. So if you didn't do that, the installation probably didn't complete. But if you did press enter to reboot the server, then it should have installed correctly. Let's go over to the server we just installed, and as you can see, we already got a login screen. You can use the default credentials, which is root, and the password Magnus, and you're going to be greeted here. As you can see here, you have a greeting for which shows the a video here, how to make your first call in MagnusBilling. This is very complimentary to this video, so you can watch this afterwards. And here in currency, let's just use USD and save. Okay, let's use another email address because we need to do that. And here in this area, you should change the password. So you type in Magnus here and set a new one here. If you do not get to this panel, you can also try accessing index.php And here, this is when it's successful. And if you don't get this, the error should show up here. And okay, what do I do with this error? Oh, you might be asking yourself. So what you should do, you can get free help in the Telegram groups. There are many people out here that use the system, willing to help. So you can go over to the GitHub here, which is under the installation tab of the MagnusBilling website. Click MagnusBilling 7, and here we have the groups for these 3 languages, and you may join whichever you like and ask for help there. You may as well hire us for support. We only give support per hour, so you're gonna pay for 1 hour, you get 1 hour of support. We don't usually do task oriented pricing. We only work by hour, and this is how you should solve the problems you have with the system. It's also open source here. You can access everything here. So if you want to change things by yourself, you can do that, or you can hire us to do just that. Now, in order to start, you're gonna need trunks. So you can use like simple search engines to search for those trunks, or you can also ask for suggestions, because many people are resellers in those Telegram groups that I just showed you guys. And you can also check out the other services that we have under magnussolution.com. I forgot to mention that the support per hour is under magnussolution.com, which is the company that develops MagnusBilling. So just hover on services, support per hour, and we have many other products here which may interest you. So you can also access this website, have a good read on the services, because MagnusBilling is an amazing open source system, and I'm certain you're going to like it. And if you need help with anything, Telegram, support, you have everything to set the server up and get it up and running and make some money. So I think that's basically it. If you have any questions, please comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel to keep getting updates. And I hope this video clarified a lot of things for you guys, and that's about it. See you the next time.